How's it going, everybody? This is Just the MMA, and today we're going to be talking about Jon Jones versus DC. So in this fight, it's going to be pretty interesting because it's going to be Jon Jones. He's going to stay on the outside. He's going to use his side kicks and his jab, and possibly probably the front elbow to keep DC on the outside like he does everybody. And also the hand he always uses. He always makes sure to use that reach. And then the second thing is DC. What he's going to need to do is he's pretty much going to have to pretend like he's Mike Tyson. He's going to have to bob and weave his way in, especially past the hand. If he can get past the hand, or even maybe grab the hand and pull it to him, just to get Jon Jones, uh, because no one's ever grabbed his hand. Everybody just kind of went in, and then they get countered with the right or even the left elbows. What always happens, they come in, he'll switch the hand to the elbow, or he'll poke you in the eye, which sucks. But yeah, DC, he really needs to bob his way in there. And the thing is I'm really rooting for DC. I think DC is really cool. Um, I don't know, Jon Jones. He gives off this weird aura about him, like this kind of. It's just hard to like the guy. Like he has all the traits. He's never done anything bad. I mean, he's from a very athletic family. No one's ever done anything. He doesn't really talk smack or anything, but he just gives off this weird little aura about him. Like I'd love to meet the guy and stuff, but it's really hard to root for him. I guess it's just that it kind of feels like he has easy fights. Like he's just on such another level that every time he gets in there, it just seems like we're throwing chumps at him when we really aren't. I think that's why so many people had so much respect for him after the Gustafsson fight because it was like, hey, we got someone pretty close to your level, and he gave you a fight. That's what we want to see. We want to see a fight. We don't want to see someone go in there and Jon Jones throws his side kicks, he throws the jabs, and then like the Belfort fight. Belfort was on the cage the whole fight. The only chance he had was the armbar, and the minute he let go of that, which was stupid because he said in an article that he had the armbar, but he kind of let go of it a little bit because he thought he thought Jon Jones was going to tap or something like that. So he let go of it kind of just a little bit. And with an athlete like Jon Jones, all it takes is just letting go of it a little bit, and then he's gone. But getting back to the DC Jon Jones fight, yeah, I'm rooting for DC, especially after that whole brawl that came out because I had to agree with DC. Jon Jones came in first with his head, and I mean DC, he just pushed him. I mean, a push is a push. I mean, if someone pushes you hard, that doesn't mean you necessarily have to get like if a guy were to punch you and you come after him after that, like you're justified. But if a guy just pushes you, that doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, of course, I think they said DC hit him in the throat. Like so, Jon Jones came in, hit him like he didn't really hit him on purpose, but he walked in a little too fast, misjudged it, hit DC. DC got mad and hit him in the throat. Okay, okay, you know what? If you hit someone in the throat when you push them, that does kind of mean you do get to go after them. But to tell you the truth, it is. I think he didn't mean to do that, DC, because I mean, there's a pretty big height difference. So for him to push him in the throat, that had to have been pretty intentional because he could have just easily got him in the chest and it would have just been whatever. But yeah, getting back to the fight again, DC needs to beat. It's that old matchup. It's the longer fighter who wants to stay on the outside versus the shorter fighter who's got the power and needs to get on the inside. So he just needs to be like Mike Tyson. But unlike Mike Tyson, he has world class wrestling, and I think his wrestling's on another level than Jon Jones. So I think even when it comes to striking, I think they're pretty even. Even though DC doesn't have all the weapons that Jon Jones has, it's just he's a lot more dangerous. Like Jon Jones has never. I don't think he's ever knocked anybody out. He's TKO'd a lot of people. He's rocked a lot of people, but he's never knocked anyone out cold. Um, but DC has the power to just immediately take you out, or he has the power to grab you and throw you out of the ring, or drop you on your head. That like he did against Dan Henderson. Um, I think though the main thing he needs to do is do what Johny Hendricks does, which is I've never seen anyone. He knows like he knows that you're gonna defend against his takedowns. So what he does is he'll throw a couple combinations, feint the shot. So you're worried about the shot, and then he'll come in and then finish a combination. And I think if he can do things like that, feints, Just getting on the inside Mike Tyson style. If he can get Jon Jones up against the fence and dirty box him, that'd be good. And if Jon Jones tries to hit him with an elbow, then drop down for a double leg. Um, but yeah, really rooting for DC. He has to be, Mike Tyson slash and Johny Hendricks put together to win. I think is the best way to do it. And but to tell you the truth, who I think will win, like when it comes down to who I'm going to bet on countermove.com, um, it's going to be tough. I want to root for DC, but at the same time, I mean, Jon Jones has very good striking, which I think is better than DC just because he has so many more weapons. And his wrestling is very good too. I mean, he's not as strong, but when it comes to technique, I think he's about on the same level. Um, but if there's anyone that's going to beat him in the division, I think it's DC. I don't think Alexander Gustafsson can really beat him, mainly because he just doesn't have the weapons either. You know, he doesn't have DC's wrestling, and he doesn't really have the weapons. He has boxing, but boxing can only get you so far. I mean, I mean, if you watch the first fight, Gustafsson's kicks were just terrible. They were nowhere even near the same level as Jon Jones's kicks. They weren't on the same. So he's pretty much a boxer versus a kickboxer. And if there's anyone in that division that's going to take him out, it's got to be DC. Well, DC or Anthony Johnson. I don't think Phil Davis or Gustafsson. I think Gustafsson's going to give him a good fight, but I don't think he's going to beat him. If you guys are wondering why I have no shirt on, it's because I just got out of the shower from doing my own MMA training. Because I'm going to get in there one day, take out some people in that welterweight division. Uh, but yeah, that's my review of DC versus Jon Jones, and I hope you liked it. Bye.